Hello students and dear viewers, this is Professor Dr. Moina from Dr. M. Akazi Institute of Chemistry, University of St. Jamshoro. So in my previous lecture, I've discussed with you people about X-ray diffraction. So today I'm going to explain you few terms, or you can say a few sites which you must be knowing before we will jump to the next section of X-ray diffraction. So first of all, what is diffraction? Diffraction is simply a phenomenon in which we consider bending of electromagnetic radiation or light right around any sharp corners, and the sharpness depends upon the wavelength of the electromagnetic radiation. Right? So this is how simply you can define diffraction. Hello students, this is Professor Dr. Moina from Dr. M. Akazi Institute of Chemistry, University of St. Jamshoro. As I was discussing with you diffraction, so let's learn diffraction with an interesting example. I've drawn this for you people, right? Now this is in our room. You can see here in between the room there is a partition between the room, right? This could be a door, right? A man is sitting on the sofa listening to the music that is played by, or you can say here, by a music player, right? So now what will happen? You will easily hear that music even you are not facing the door and sitting at some corner, right? That indicates that sound waves can bend across that open door and your ears will be approached by the sound waves, right? This simply you can say this can easily be approached by your ears, right? As they can bend easily and you can hear them whether you are not facing the sound system, right? And that you have only this opening in between. Now this wave's nature of bending around, here you can see this wave's nature of bending around corners of an obstacle is simply called diffraction of a wave. Fine. So this was explained by Huygens. He was a scientist. He explained this diffraction in a very great way, right? He said, if the sound waves emerging from a stereo or a deck strike the open surface, all points on the wavefront, that is the wavefront, it can strike all the points on that wavefront, right? This wavefront will act as a source of secondary wavelets. The waves will spread randomly all around in all directions. Few of these can reach your ears and makes you listen the range or size of the bending, whereas rely on the value of the wavelength, that is lambda, and comparable to the size of the opening if the opening is huge or wider than the wavelength, the deviation will be overlooked or unrecognized, right? If the opening is smaller than or equal to the wavelength or lambda of the wave, the deviation would be very high. So this we have learned from this very interesting example, and you can see here waves from the music system, the man enjoying it. So I hope you have found this example of diffraction very interesting, and you can easily follow this diffraction process with these interesting examples. Hello students, now let's come back to our topic. So we were discussing about previously about the diffraction, right? So now here you can simply see, let's have another example here. Now if the same room, this is the same room, we have a light source instead of a music system. The light will only shine the part of the opening of the door, not the whole room. That means light waves didn't bend to brighten the area where the man was sitting previously on the sofa. And these are called the dark regions or the shadow regions, right? Where the light waves are unable to absorb. So now the point is, why the sound waves bend easily, whereas the light waves does not. Here you can see the sound waves, right? They can easily, the man can easily enjoy the music, whereas the light, no, it cannot. So this is due to the interesting property of a wave The sound waves have enormous wavelength that is almost about, you can say, 1 centimeter to 10 meters. The sound waves undergo diffraction, whereas the lambda, the wavelength of visible light, is very small, resulting diffraction, or no diffraction, resulting no diffraction, right? So now if we, here again, now if we minimize the size of the opening, this is the size of that opening. If you minimize to some, you can say, very small, into micrometers, right, matching to the wavelength of the lambda of light waves. The light waves also these light waves also exhibit diffraction like the sound waves. This is it. Now here you can see, if you reduce the size of the opening to micrometers, matching the wavelength of light waves, what will happen? The light waves also undergo diffraction like the sound waves. They will also spread wholly on into the room, right? They will shine all over the room. All the dark corners will be brightened up. So this was something very interesting to share. I hope you find this video interesting, with my interesting diagrams by my own with my own handwriting and with my own, you can say, drawings. I'm not good in drawing, but I try to make you people understand the difference between the sound waves and the sound waves and the light waves, right? Thank you.